Welcome to the COMC High School Basketball Coaches Show, brought to you by the great folks at Central Ozarks Medical Center, where your health is their mission. Also brought to you by Slumberland at the Lake, our veterinary, and Serdike Yamaha. Now you can see this 3 times a day at 10:02, 2:02, and 6:02. And here early in the season, we've got a different coach for you each of those hours. Joining us this time around, a very familiar face. It is Ron Duggan. It's Coach Ron, not Captain Ron, right?
Right, yeah, it's in basketball mode now.
Absolutely. So you're a busy guy. I mean, everybody knows you're Captain Ron and stuff like that. But here you are coaching basketball. You must just love this because you don't have to do this.
No, I don't. The pay is not great either. So yeah, this is kind of my passion. If I could do it all the time, I would love to do it.
Yeah, absolutely. How long have you been coaching basketball then?
This is my 35th year.
Wow.
Yeah, I started coaching when my oldest son was 5 years old. He turned 40 this year. And after a couple years of biddy ball, we started traveling, and I've been an AAU coach and a traveling team coach well, I still am actually in the off season.
Yeah.
And then I started coaching high school basketball 5 years ago. Macks gave me an opportunity to coach the boys down there, and I grabbed it, and it's been pretty exciting.
Do you get tired of it? Does it get old, or is it still just the love of your life?
No, it never gets old.
Yeah.
Honestly, we're a basketball family. All my kids have played. I've coached them all, and that's kind of what we do. And I'm not sure what I'm going to do when my daughter graduates, and may have to find a traveling team or something to coach. Who knows? But
Absolutely. What do you love about basketball? What is it about the game that is just so special?
Well, I think it's just it's constantly changing and constantly moving, and you have to make quick decisions, and it's a true team game if you want to be any good. And I love the aspect of players having to rely on each other and work together, as one. And I don't know, it's just a lot of excitement. Things change on a dime, and you got to make adjustments quickly. And
yeah.
And that's I guess I just enjoy that.
Yeah, that's kind of the fun part of it right there. So last year you were listed as the head coach of both the boys and the girls at Macks Creek. I think you've given up the boys' head coaching position?
I did. They hired a young man out of Fayetteville, Arkansas, Jeffrey Treat. He's fantastic. I mean, he's got a ton of energy, a lot more than I've ever had. And I love watching him coach. I actually sat the bench with him down at the Morrisville tournament in one of the games and had a blast. And he is really going to be a great coach. He is a good coach now. He's going to be one of the great ones. Fantastic.
Okay, so things are I mean, people might not realize it, but last year, the best team in our area was the Macks Creek girls team. I mean, I think you guys only lost 2 games all year last year, right?
We did until the district final.
Until the district final. One of the top teams in the state. And so coming back for this year, really high expectations, because I don't think you lost much off of that team. Pretty much the same team coming back, right? So a whole lot of people thinking, wow, here's a team that has a chance to go to state, maybe even win state. What's that like for a coach? Does that just put heavy burden on your shoulders, or what?
Well, winning state is the furthest thing from our mind right now. There were some expectations. We had 4 of our 5 starters coming back, added a couple new girls that will help us, or that are helping us. But we don't have very good numbers. I mean, basically, we have 8 players. 2 of them are freshmen that really haven't played very much in the past. Mm-hmm. And so we have 6 players that know how to play. And foul trouble is kind of a problem for us, and it has been in the couple games that we lost. But we're trying to figure out what's going on. But yeah, there are high expectations. We got a very favorable district for the first time since I've been at Macks Creek.
Yeah.
It's one that we certainly expect to win. We expect to make a little run in the playoffs, and there's some fantastic teams out there though, and we're not one of those yet. But we think we can get there.
Hopefully get there. Yeah. When you've only got 6 players, you got to stay out of foul trouble.
We
right?
do. Yeah.
And I think there was a game earlier this season where you lost your top 2 players, right?
We did, and the third one rolled her ankle.
Oh.
And so and she gutted it out. I mean, she went back in, and we didn't have any options because one of the girls was sick, so one of our freshmen wasn't even there. So we had 7 for the game and lost 2 with fouls, and and one that rolled her ankle. And so she went out there. It was our only junior, and she gutted it out, and just it was amazing to watch her. It was probably the gutsiest performance I've seen in a long time.
Wow, that's cool. Is there a big difference between coaching the boys and the girls? Or do you just coach them the same? Or do you have to work with them differently because different emotions and different things like that?
That's probably the only thing is the emotional aspect. The boys, they just kind of, if they make a mistake, they just keep going.
Right.
They don't get too excited. The girls kind of, it kind of gets in their head a little bit, when they start making mistakes and they start losing a little confidence. And so, so I'm always trying to boost them up a little bit, as opposed to the boys, you kind of rip them, if they're not doing things right. And so it's a little bit different there. But other than that, I mean, I'm as hard on the girls as I was on the boys.
Right.
And they're pretty tough kids, and they're used to me, and so they play hard. I mean, I'm both boys and girls that I've had play for me, they play hard.
Right. And here on Lake TV, we've got Macks Creek games this year with both the girls and the boys when you play Dadeville in early February. Looking forward to that. That'll be a lot of fun. So this is the COMC High School Basketball Coaches Show with Coach Ron Duggan, Macks Creek. We'll be back with Coach right after this. At COMC, your health is our mission. Central Ozarks Medical Center is growing in our community with a new dental location to serve you in Eldon and a new location in Loring. COMC also makes your children a priority with a mobile dental unit serving schools in rural areas where access can be a challenge. COMC also offers OBGYN, sports medicine, pediatric, and behavioral health care. Get more info on how COMC can help you at centralozarks.org. COMC, where your health is our mission.
Hey everyone, Daryl Cunningham with Slumberland Furniture at the Lake. The holiday weekend's over, but we're still celebrating here at Slumberland. Come check out the big savings in every department. Mattresses, living room, dining room, we've got it all on sale for a great price. Come see us at Slumberland Furniture at the Lake, where we're bringing happy home.
Your furry friends are more than pets, they're family, and at our veterinary, we understand that. With multiple locations, we can service your pets when and where you need it. Our team of professionals offer routine wellness, orthopedic care from broken bones to joint repair, and even emergency services. We are ready to welcome your pet to our family with medical or preventative care. Our veterinary, with 6 convenient locations, the team providing exceptional care for your pet when and where you need it.
Visit Surdak Yamaha at Lake of the Ozarks, 50 years strong.
Welcome back to the COMC High School Basketball Coaches Show, and we have to say a thank you to Firefly Valley Farms for providing us some amazing coffee today for the coaches. As we're into the high school basketball season, it's early, so we're talking with coaches, kind of getting a season preview. It's Macks Creek Pirates coach Ron Duggan, coach of the ladies. You gave up the head coaching duties for the men this year. Tell us about your Lady Pirates. So good last year. That close to going to state tournament. A lot of people thinking you'll have a good shot this year. What is your team comprised of? Who are your stars?
Well, we have no seniors. We actually graduated 5 seniors last year. And so we weren't sure what was going to happen this year. And so we have 1 junior, and she's a little guard for us, Ashley Klinksick. We have 5 sophomores.
Wow.
Including 3 returning starters, which is India Willis, my daughter Brooklyn, and Emma Seaholm. And then we have 2 additional sophomores, Addison Ratliff and Avea Dorrell. And then we have 2 incoming freshmen. We thought we were going to have 3 freshmen. One of them moved to Skyline, unfortunately, for us, and she would have really helped us. But we have 2 new freshmen. They don't have a lot of basketball experience, and so They're kind of getting in, when we can get them in. But basically, so we have, six players and 5 of them are sophomores. So we're still really young.
Yeah.
And we have a couple of the girls that are playing a lot that don't have a lot of experience with us. And so we're kind of feeling that out right now. But, I think once we start clicking on offense, and things will be going a little bit better for us than they are right now. We start off great. I mean,
yeah.
We won our first 2 games and scored a bunch of points. We had 81 in our game against Stoutland and made a lot of substitutions at late. We had a 40-point lead early in the third quarter, and our first game we won by 40. And so we were playing really well. And but then we got into the Eugene tournament, and the physicalness of the play up there is something that we hadn't seen for a long time.
Yeah.
In fact, other than summer ball, I don't know that we've ever seen it that physical. And we had a hard time making the adjustment to it. And we finally did in the fourth quarter of our first game against Bell, and kind of came out of, we were actually losing our first round game and until the fourth quarter, and then we outscored them 22-8 in the fourth quarter and kind of got back on track. And I thought, okay, we've weathered the storm, we're good. And then we came out the next 2 nights and struggled with shooting, struggled with fouling. We got in a little bit of foul trouble, like I mentioned earlier, and that really, we can't do that. I mean, we don't have enough depth to do that.
Yeah.
So we got to learn to play physical and stay out of foul trouble, and so that's something that hopefully we learn from the tournament, and we'll be better for it.
Well, and the good thing about that is that it is early in the season. It's probably really good to figure out some of those weaknesses and get those dealt with before you get into the end of the season.
Well, and that's exactly right. And that's what I told the girls. I said, it's good that it happened now. We can make the adjustments. And I said, because this is the way they play in the state tournament. And it will be these same referees, and they don't call a lot. They make you play through it. And I said, so, this is good for us now. And, of course, one of the girls told me yesterday, she says, I've cried more this year than I did all of last year. And I said, hey, that's good. It means you care.
Yeah, there you go.
And they have a passion for the game, and they love to play, and really they're pretty good.
Yeah.
And I think it will start showing here pretty soon. Hopefully it does. Hopefully we get well tonight. We have a game tonight. So
as for the boys, what is it looking like for the boys this year at Macks Creek?
The boys are senior heavy. I think they have 6 or 7 seniors on the team. They're really good. They don't have any height to speak of at all. And kind of like us, we just don't have any height.
Right.
But their first game they played Bunker, who was ranked 3rd in the state. Bunker's got a big 6'6" kid that can do everything. And they took him to overtime and actually got beat on a last second shot.
Wow.
And then the next game they played, Stoutland's a really good physical team, and they took them to overtime and won. Then they took 3rd in the Morrisville tournament. So they're 3-2, and again, their size kind of hurts them, but man, they are fun to watch because those kids can get after it defensively.
Nice. Okay. And again, we on Lake TV have Macks Creek games this year. First the girls game and then the boys game. That's early in February against Dadeville. Really looking forward to that. So it's coaching your daughter, one of the stars on the team. It's got to be a special thing. I mean, making special memories.
Oh, it is. That's been great about being able to coach all my kids. We have those times we refer to all the time. Hey, remember when we went to this tournament, and it was so much fun. And now I get to coach her every single day, and so that's even better. And we have a great relationship. She's a great kid, and she doesn't argue with me, but she could be the coach, honestly, because she's really a good student of the game and sees what I do. And in fact, it's funny because she'll say something and I'll turn around and say the exact same thing, or vice versa.
Yeah.
And so she does a great job of running our team, and she's a very quality, very well-rounded player.
Cannot wait to carry those Macks Creek games. Coach, thanks for coming by. Appreciate it very much.
Of course.
Coach Ron Duggan, Macks Creek Pirates. Keep an eye on those ladies. They're going to probably go pretty far this year. And thank you so much for joining us for Lake TV's High School Basketball Coaches Show.